Amilly, France, August 21st, 2025. A tragedy has reignited France's debate over online responsibility and digital regulation. The death of popular streamer Raphael Graven, known online as Jean Pormanove, broadcast live on the Kick platform, has shocked the nation and raised urgent questions. Today, Clara Chappaz, France's Junior Minister for Artificial Intelligence and Digital Affairs, addressed the incident during her visit to Loiret. She called for an end to what she described as the digital Wild West. Her arrival in Amilly was met with tense anticipation. Journalists gathered to press the minister on whether France is prepared to confront the dangers of live streaming platforms where tragedies now unfold in real time. The death of Graven, which unfolded in front of thousands of viewers, has been described as a dark turning point for digital culture. What happened? First and foremost, like millions of French people who discovered someone had died live, I was extremely shocked to see that. Reality surpassed fiction. There have been TV series already decades ago imagining this world where someone could die live in front of spectators who paid to see this type of content. That's what happened. With these words, Chappaz captured the national mood. A mix of disbelief and outrage has spread across France. Critics argue that platforms like Kick encourage a culture of excess, chasing clicks and subscriptions at the expense of safety and human dignity. The fact that viewers paid to watch a man die underscores what many see as the moral bankruptcy of unregulated digital spaces. The ultimate responsibility, of course, is the platforms. ARCOM, following the Mediapart article, also began work in December to understand what the platform's responsibility is and ensure whether or not there were failures. My role as digital minister, of course, is to ensure that we have the right tools to move out of this digital Wild West we are in today. Her remarks placed responsibility squarely on Kick, while also referencing ARCOM, France's audiovisual and digital communications regulator, which has been investigating the platform since late 2024. The French government has already faced criticism for failing to act sooner, with activists warning that the country lags behind in regulating the digital economy. For Chappaz, the central challenge is clear. France must move from digital chaos to digital accountability. The Pharos platform is specifically for shedding light on a fact that could trigger investigations. Let me remind you that the investigation had already started. Pressed by journalists on why she had not directly engaged Pharos, the French government's portal for reporting illegal online content, Chappaz responded that an investigation was already underway. Yet, critics say her answer falls short, arguing that leadership requires not only policy oversight, but symbolic responsibility. For grieving fans of Raphael Graven, the tragedy has turned into a referendum on the role of government in protecting citizens in digital spaces. The controversy comes at a time when Europe as a whole is tightening rules on digital platforms. The EU's Digital Services Act, designed to hold platforms accountable for harmful content, has only recently come into effect. But national governments like France must still navigate enforcement. For millions, the death of Jean Pormanove has become a symbol of what unchecked algorithms and monetized live streams can lead to. Platforms thrive on engagement, often pushing creators to extremes, while regulation lags far behind. For regulators like ARCOM and ministers like Chappaz, the stakes are high. Can governments prevent the next digital tragedy before it happens? Or will tech platforms continue to operate as modern-day Wild West frontiers? In Amilly, Clara Chappaz's call for change was both urgent and emotional. By invoking the metaphor of a digital Wild West, she signalled that France cannot allow the internet to remain a lawless space. Yet, despite her determination, the path forward remains uncertain. Kick, a platform already criticised for loose moderation and aggressive monetization models, now faces international scrutiny. ARCOM's investigation could lead to fines, restrictions, or even a ban, depending on its findings. Meanwhile, Mediapart's reporting has intensified public pressure for transparency and reform. As mourners continue to pay tribute to Raphael Graven, the wider debate is about more than one tragic death. It is about the future of the internet, whether it will remain a space where shock and spectacle dominate, or whether governments and societies will demand responsibility and restraint. For Clara Chappaz, the challenge is immense, but her message in Amilly was unmistakable. France must not remain trapped in digital anarchy. The fight against the online Wild West has only just begun.
On apprend à connaître d'autres enfants, même je crois dans la même thématique. On a 3 thématiques chez les grands par exemple, l'équitation. On met des outils sur les temps où ils ont leur téléphone de base, donc on propose pas mal d'activités aussi, donc là on a un planning.
Les premières priorités, ça a été de réfléchir à comment on pouvait mieux protéger les jeunes en ligne. Le ministre de la Santé, Catherine Vautrin, a aussi annoncé l'interdiction des écrans aux plus petits.
Après, on a tout le temps des activités à faire et pas en même.
What happened, first and foremost, like millions of French people who discovered that someone had died live, I was extremely shocked to see that. Reality surpassed fiction. There have been television series already decades ago imagining this world where someone could die, live in front of spectators who paid to see this type of content. That is what happened. The ultimate responsibility, of course, is the platforms. ARCOM, following the Mediapart article, also began work in December to understand what the platform's responsibility is and to ensure whether or not there were failures. My role as digital minister, of course, is to ensure that we have the right tools to move out of this digital Wild West we are in today. Why, as a minister, didn't you use Pharos? The Pharos platform is specifically for shedding light on a fact that could trigger investigations. Let me remind you that the investigation had already started.
L'enquête avait débuté.